Hi! In this video, I'll show you the top 3 exchanges for cryptocurrency arbitrage. Especially during listings, you can find some really profitable juicy spreads there. And at the end of the video, I'll also show you how I automated all of this and how I find spreads automatically. The video is going to be very interesting and useful. Smash that like button, subscribe, and let's get started. Let's start with an introduction. Maybe some of you don't know what crypto arbitrage is. Simply put, we buy a token cheaper on one exchange and sell it for more on another exchange. That's it, as simple as it gets. We don't need to guess whether the price will go up or down. We simply take advantage of inefficiencies because it often happens that a token costs more on one exchange and less on another. And that's what we can capitalize on. We take that spread. The spread is the difference in price for tokens on different exchanges. Right now, the market is growing rapidly, and during such times, a huge number of spreads appear that we can take advantage of, and there are also more new listings. It's on the listings that the biggest and most attractive spreads can be found. Let's go over 3 exchanges where new tokens are often listed and where we can make money. Let's go. The first one, of course, is the well-known exchange MEXC. Here, 5 to 10 tokens are listed every week. There's a huge flow of new tokens that we can arbitrage. Super low fees. At the moment, the fees are 0%. For many tokens, it's 0%. Yes, for new ones, there will probably be fees, but for older tokens like Sui, Aptos, Solana, Bitcoin, Ethereum, the fees are absolutely 0. That's why this is a must-have exchange with the lowest fees for both futures and spot trading. And on this exchange, new tokens often appear. Right on the main page, we can scroll down a bit and see these new tokens that are about to be released. This token is coming out soon, Era is coming out soon, a report is shown, and we can wait for the token to be released, then check which other exchanges it's traded on and use that for arbitrage. On MEXC, we have very good volumes on futures, and when a new token is released, we can compare it with other exchanges. For example, if the price is higher on MEXC and lower on others, we can short on MEXC and go long on the other exchanges. When the spread closes, we lock in the position. Again, when we're doing futures arbitrage or arbitrage in general, it's important for us to enter with the same amount on both sides. That is, if you buy for $1,000, you sell for $1,000, or if it's in tokens, you buy 10,000 tokens and sell 10,000 tokens. It's essential that the amounts are exactly the same. Also, don't use high leverage in futures arbitrage. You can also find a huge number of reviews on our channel about listings and arbitrage on MEXC. We're constantly posting different case studies. Plus, there's $250 on Gate. By the way, we'll be covering Gate as well, and we'll also be looking at BingX today. We constantly talk about spreads, listings, and how much we earn. And on MEXC, such opportunities come up very often. Let's move on to the next exchange. The second exchange is Gate.io. This is also one of the top exchanges. It's been on the market for a long time and has pretty high trading volumes, but it's a bit behind the others. For example, if tokens are listed first on BingX and MEXC, then on Gate they appear with a slight delay. And thanks to this we can make money. Here too, the commissions are quite low, registration is convenient, the interface is simple, trading volumes are good, and new tokens are listed often. We have a case study on our channel about arbitrage with the Bloom token. This video came out just recently. On Gate, we managed to catch a very good spread. Gate was lagging far behind other exchanges, and thanks to that we went long and took the profit. There it was just plus 150%. Literally in 4 minutes we managed to make that on the Bloom token right on the new listing. That's why you should always keep an eye on new tokens. There are some really good opportunities for crypto arbitrage there. And the third exchange for today is BingX. This is quite a new exchange. There's less liquidity there than on MEXC, Gate, or other exchanges, and because of that, spreads occur. New tokens often appear here as well, especially those with low liquidity. And this is a great opportunity to make money. If some whale decides to sell their position on BingX, the price there drops sharply. On other exchanges, the price hasn't crashed yet, and that's your chance to take advantage. For example, we buy on BingX, hedge on other exchanges, the price evens out, and we lock in the spread. That's why this exchange has rather low liquidity, but for trading it's more or less okay. Still, the liquidity here is lower than on other exchanges, and because of that, spreads appear that we can take advantage of. So these are the 3 main exchanges. Once again, MEXC, Gate, BingX. Spreads appear on them very often. On our channel, there are tons of case studies and reviews showing how we enter arbitrage opportunities, spot pre-futures, futures arbitrage, funding arbitrage, and many other different strategies. You can do cryptocurrency arbitrage on such exchanges. Now let's move on to how I automate these strategies and how to get $5,000. Let's go. I automate the search for spreads using an arbitrage scanner. I set certain parameters and the service finds the spreads for me automatically. I also set up notifications for myself in a Telegram channel. So I just created a separate channel for myself, added bots there, and notifications from the arbitrage scanner come to me in Telegram. I see a spread, go in and take the profit. There's also a web version here where you can monitor spreads in a table yourself. That is, spreads are constantly appearing on many tokens. Here, the profit you will earn is displayed, as well as the volume, the spread on the tokens, and funding is also shown. In the advanced filters, you can select strategies, for example, futures plus futures, futures spot, spot futures, and choose the exchange where you want to do arbitrage, such as MEXC, Gate, BingX. You can also select these exchanges here. You can set the minimum profit, maximum profit, and the deal lifetime. Basically, you can customize all of this to your preferences, and you can also configure the table with the spreads below. And in the most convenient format, you are shown the spreads, the exchanges where you need to buy, the exchanges where you need to short, and the exchanges where you need to sell. All of this can also be configured here. Inter-exchange arbitrage also works great here. You can also customize the settings for yourself: input-output networks, exchanges, transaction amount, and minimum profit. And at the bottom, you have a table with the spreads that you can take advantage of. The spreads are displayed. For example, BingX and Gate. Again, BingX and Gate. You buy the token on BingX at a lower price because there's less liquidity there. You sell it on Gate at a higher price because there's more liquidity there. You take a spread of 4.66% and you pay a commission of 4.77%. So that's literally 50 cents in commission per transaction. This means you can buy 10,000 tokens there, transfer 10,000 tokens if the liquidity allows. That's why you should always look at the trading volume to make sure it's high. So if you want to enter with 10,000 tokens depending on the token price, let's say it's $1,000, and if the trading volume is, for example, $100,000, then you'll have no problem making such a trade. But if the volume is, say, $5,000, then you won't be able to enter with $1,000. In that case, you'll have to arbitrage with a smaller amount, and accordingly, you'll earn less profit. That's why you should always pay attention to the trading volume on the exchange. In addition, you can arbitrage between CX and DEX here. That is, you can arbitrage between DEX exchanges in liquidity pools. This scanner finds everything automatically, sends notifications, and it searches for spreads in liquidity pools by itself, giving you ready-made trades that you just need to enter to take the profit. There is also funding arbitrage here, with a separate page that is absolutely free and available to everyone. It shows the token, the maximum spread, as well as the exchanges where funding is available, and displays the current funding and the funding you can capture. That is, the spread between fundings is 0.87. Accordingly, we see that on XT the funding is positive, while on other exchanges it's negative. Where the funding is negative, we go long. Where it's positive, we go short and capture this difference. When the funding is charged, we close the position and take the profit. It's as simple as that. We also have a lot of analyses on futures arbitrage on our channel, so be sure to check out our channel and watch our other videos. But now let's move on to how you can win $5,000. Yes, Arbitrage Scanner is giving away $5,000. The conditions are as simple as possible. You purchase a subscription to the service at the business level or higher. They have different subscription options for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or a year. The more months you choose, the more tickets you get, which will then affect the drawing you'll participate in. I also have a promo code for a 30% cash back. So for example, if you buy a subscription for $500, I'll give you 30% back. All details are in the description. Promo code Nikita Arbitrage. It also gives you an extra 30 days to your subscription. That is, I return 30% of the cost and you get an additional 30 days to your subscription. Well, it's just awesome. You can also find out what each subscription provides, on which exchanges, what spreads, and what opportunities. For example, the enterprise subscription gives you a personal manager who will help you with arbitrage and will call you. In other words, it's full support. There's also the Guru subscription. This is a special subscription that gives you access to an arbitrage chat where arbitrageurs share their deals, insights, and signals. You also get a personal manager, access to all side events from Arbitrage Scanner, and many other features. So be sure to check out Arbitrage Scanner, buy the subscription that suits you, take advantage of arbitrage opportunities, and also participate in the $5,000 giveaway. I'll leave a link to the post about the $5,000 giveaway in the description. You can check it out in more detail yourself. So, in this video, we covered the top 3 exchanges where you can catch listings and arbitrage opportunities. We also discussed how to automate all of this using Arbitrage Scanner. The video was as useful as possible. If you agree, leave a comment, give it a like, and check out other videos on our channel. And we'll see you in the next videos. Bye everyone!